You know, AI is everywhere these days. It's on our phones, it's in our cars. But what if I told you almost everyone gets the most basic thing about it completely wrong? Yeah, there's this one simple secret that honestly changes everything. And today, we're going to uncover it.
Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a pretty bold claim, right? But it really gets to the heart of a huge misunderstanding. The good news, though, is that by the time we're done here, you're going to be in that 1%. You'll be one of the few who genuinely gets what's going on under the hood.
So, when we hear the term AI, where does your mind go? For most of us, it jumps straight to science fiction, right? We imagine these thinking machines, these digital brains, something conscious that thinks and reasons and understands the world just like we do. It's a super powerful image, and it's everywhere.
But here's the thing. That's not what it does. And this, right here, is the big misunderstanding. That whole idea of a thinking machine. I mean, it's compelling for sure, but it's just not how today's AI actually works. Okay, so here it is. This is the secret. The whole key to understanding it. AI doesn't think. It predicts. It's not sitting there reasoning or, contemplating the meaning of life. Nope. It's doing something that sounds a lot simpler, but is incredibly powerful. It's predicting. That's it. At its core, AI is a prediction machine. So let's just lay it out, side by side. The myth? We're building a conscious mind, like in the movies. The reality? We've built something that is just unbelievably good at spotting patterns and calculating probabilities. It's basically a super-powered guesser, figuring out what's most likely to come next. It's powerful, absolutely, but it's just math. It's not magic. All right, so if it's a prediction engine, how does that even work? I mean, how does a machine actually predict anything? Let's pop the hood and see what's really going on. Okay, here's probably the simplest definition of AI you're ever going to need. It's a system that we've fed a just massive amount of data. I mean, we're talking huge chunks of the internet, millions of books, countless images, and its whole job is to learn how to spot patterns in all of that information. And the process? It's actually pretty simple when you break it down. It's basically a three-step dance. First, it just gobbles up a ridiculous amount of data. Again, think libraries, the internet, the whole shebang. Step 2, its algorithms just sift through all that stuff, finding these tiny connections and patterns that a human brain could never, ever spot. And then finally, Step 3, it uses all those patterns to make a really good statistical guess about what comes next. So it's just ingest, analyze, and predict. That's the loop. Now, I know this all might sound a little abstract, a bit out there, but here's the kicker. You are already using these prediction engines every single day, and chances are you don't even realize you're doing it. Let's take the big one, the one everyone's talking about, ChatGPT, right? You ask it a question, and it spits out these incredibly detailed, superhuman-like answers. It really does feel like you're talking to something that's, well, thinking. But what's really going on behind the curtain? When you type something in, ChatGPT isn't understanding your question like a person would. Not at all. It's looking at the words you used, and based on all the billions of words it's learned from, it's making a prediction of the single most likely next word. Then it adds that word, looks at the new sentence, and predicts the next most likely word, and the next, and the next. It's just stringing together the highest probability words, one after another, to make a sentence that sounds right. Think of it like the most sophisticated, mind-blowing autocomplete you've ever seen. Okay, here's another one. Think about when Netflix suggests your next show to binge watch, or when Spotify just magically creates that perfect playlist for your workout. There's no little person in a booth handpicking those for you. It's an AI predicting. It's looking at patterns in what you've watched, what other people like you have watched, and it's predicting the next movie or song you're most likely to click on. Or how about this? And we've all been there. You search for something one time, just once, and then suddenly, boom, ads for that exact thing are following you all over the internet. That's a prediction engine in action. It's looking at your browsing history, maybe your location, all these little data points, and it's predicting which product you're on the verge of buying. And then it puts that ad right in your face. And of course, the big one we use a dozen times a day, search engines. The second you start typing into that search bar, what's it doing? It's predicting what you want, it's finishing your sentence for you, and it's organizing all those search results based on what it predicts will be the most useful link for you to click. So look, from ChatGPT to your Netflix queue, from the ads you see to the simple act of searching for something, AI prediction is already totally woven into the fabric of your digital life. It's this powerful, mostly invisible force that's humming along in the background, and for most of us, we're just not even aware it's there. And there you have it. That's the secret. That one little shift in thinking, from thinking to predicting, that is everything. And now that you get it, you've officially joined that 1% club. You're now one of the few people who genuinely understands how this world-changing tech actually works. Pretty cool, right? So, if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this. The crucial point is, forget the thinking sci-fi robots. Just remember these 4 words. AI is a prediction machine. That's its superpower. And, in a way, that's also its limit. And that leaves us with one last, kind of fascinating question to chew on. Knowing that these prediction engines are constantly learning from your data, constantly shaping the digital world you experience,